I could give myself or my younger self a few advice. The most important thing that I would tell her is do not care what people think. And I know that's easier said than done, but the moment you stop caring what people think is the moment that you're going to start showing up as your most authentic self online, in person. When you don't care what people think, you can actually be your real self. And when you're your real self, you get to really see if these people jig with you or not, because when you're your true self and you don't really care what people think, I feel that that's like a trigger sometimes, and don't do things because of what people think. Do what's best for you. When you don't care what people think, it's like you're free. Also, another one is when it comes to friendship, and I know this is a big one because especially females, we're taught to like center friendship a lot. However, if you are in a friendship, I would strongly suggest that you weigh the scale of that friendship, see where you stand in that friendship. How I like to explain it is, you have like, I do boxes. So for example, I have 5 boxes. So the 5 boxes are like right here. And so in the inner box, that's me. And then family in the second box, and then friends in the third box, 4th box. But I feel like when we meet people and we become friends with these people, we immediately put them in the first box, and we're not in their box, in their first box. So you need to make sure that in friendship, where you're putting these people is where they also have you. So if you're saying that girl is your best friend, but you're not that girl's best friend, you need to reassess that friendship. So be intentional about your friendships and just assess them and see where you stand with that person, if it's the same place that they stand with you, because sometimes we overestimate how important we are in other people's lives, especially in friendships. And then when stuff hit the fan, you realize that that person was not really your friend and you had them in this box closer to you than you were to them. So that's another advice. And then the next advice that I would give is learn to control your emotion. Learn what triggers you, learn about yourself so that people cannot get to you. Because when you're emotionally intelligent, and I'm saying this as not just a Black woman but also a Caribbean, when you're emotionally intelligent, you actually see how things are playing out and unfolding, and it's like a little one-up that you get to have, because when people are not able to trigger you, you more than likely can deal with issues better. You're able to think more logically. You won't be meshed up in people's stuff, and when people show you who they are, you will actually see it, but more from a logical perspective. Like, that person is trying to trigger me, that person is trying to get under my skin, like that person is not for me, that person don't like to see me in this light. Last one, and I wish somebody had told me this sooner, or because when you go through things, sometimes it's best, that's how you can actually explain it. So failure is not a bad thing. Sometimes failure is simply redirection. Sometimes if you started a business and it didn't work out, more than likely that's not the business that you were to start. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't start something else. It means that that one isn't the one that you're supposed to start. Pivot. So because when we fail, we think like we're unworthy and we should give up and it wasn't meant to be, but that is not facts. Sometimes failures are our biggest pivot points to move in another direction, not to give up. It's actually a sign that you're closer than you think you are, because if this part isn't the one, okay, you tried it, let's try the other one. Yeah, so I don't know, I just was called to share that this morning, because I know that a year ago, actually more, like maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, I would have loved this message to come up, and I would have been like, Okay, but hope that helps, and if you guys want more videos like this, I would definitely do them. But just, you know, if this resonates with you, like, comment, share, and definitely follow your girl for more.